We'll be starting soon, peoples. Testing this out, testies. What's up, Rashad? Give me a minute, I'll be right there. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, I threw a quick scalp on Bitcoin, but I bought earlier today. That's why I'm like the way it is. Did you get anything today? Any trades? Thank you guys. Thanks for liking. You guys currently any trades? Well, hopefully Bitcoin keeps dropping. I make some good money on this trade. But we'll see. We'll check on a couple other coins here in a minute. Yeah, it looks like the 5 minute, the 15, and the 1 minute are all headed downwards. Bulging bands are aiming down. RSI is low. Might have a little bit of a pullback, but not much. But see how these are heading down? Boom, these are heading down. You might be alright. Yeah, it looks like the 5 minute, the 15, and the 1 minute are all headed downwards. Bulging bands are aiming down. What's going on, cryptocurrency? Yeah, welcome to the stream, buddy. Just scalping a bit Bitcoin here. Might try to check on some other tokens we can scalp real fast. But we'll see. Find some goodies. Let's check out some other tokens while we wait on Bitcoin. And you guys, if you guys have been watching me, this is how I trade. I always go to the top coins with the 24-hour change to these right here, because these are what everybody's buying, movement. So let's look at the first one here, called Plank. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, a shot if it does. But on this one here, it's like get some volume, but we don't care what this thing does. All we're looking for are these little movements up like this, or the down movements. But usually on the top ones that I look for, they're moving. So I rarely scalp unless this thing is tested the top more than once, like this one here. If it tests this area right here maybe one more time and it rejects, then I'll short this bad boy. It's going to be a fast short because these things move pretty good. So for example, if this touches up here, hits this level, we could take a short back down to this level. But you also got to keep an eye on the RSI. If it's up at this top level here, we can expect it to drop down to this. So it'll go up here, come down. So pretty much trading the RSI right now because this is the start of a little pattern. But we gotta also check the Bollinger Bands. If you guys don't know what that is, I have a video on that too. So we'll check the 5 minutes. 5 minutes don't look too bad. Yep, so yeah, so far the Bollinger Bands on all three, 1, 5, and 15 are looking good. So this thing might touch us again. If it does, I could possibly look for a short in this area. And then once it passes the RSI area, I'll take a short down to here. And that's all we're looking for, is this little, from up here to here, that's it. But if it doesn't test it and it keeps going down, we still might be able to take a short down. So I think we'll be all right with this one. Let's try the next one. Just going through these. Not too much running. Hey, this is Rashad's one from yesterday. H, remember H? This one's the same thing. The Bollinger Bands are aiming down on the 5 minutes, the 15. You're looking, those are also starting to head down. So this is a downtrend one. So what we're going to look for, once it breaks the top Bollinger Bands and the RSI is high, we might take a short. Now, hopefully it does one of these drops, but it might slowly do this down. So I think we'll be all right. I think it's going to keep running to the top of this RSI. And I think it'll do one of these jobs. Then whoop. So hopefully we get that. And that's another short position. Long position would have been this one here. Would have been the perfect long. But we missed that because I just got on. So it'll take a minute. It runs slow tonight, guys, so be careful. I mean not be careful, but don't pick ones that are not in the top 5. If you start going into like the normal sections, you might be sitting on this for a while. So, but yeah, we'll scalp money, and then like I said, we get more people in here in the future. I want to give away my my profits. So, and then if you want more entries to be picked for the profit sharing type deal that I'm doing, you just like, subscribe, and then you're gonna join or subscribe to somebody else's Twitter, join his Discord. That gives you more points towards your name to get picked. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna randomly pick people in the Discord, or not Discord, in the chat here, and give away my profits. So I'm up $100. I might give you $25 profit for being in here. But then I'm gonna have other ways for you to make more money. As in, if you guys give me a play, say, hey, look at look at XRP or something, and I look at it and I notice that you put it and I pick you, I'll make a trade, and if I win the trade, I'll give you 25% of the trade. So let's go to BTC real quick. Oh, hold on. Well, if BTC doesn't hold this position here, this level, and it cannot do it, I think this thing will come down to about, for short term, about 86. Long term, I think it would go down to in the I would say 78s, you know, in the worst case scenario below 70s, 65, 70. But I don't know. Right now, I think short term. I'm a scalper, so I'm not looking at long term. All I care about is these movements here. So yeah, that's all I do. Hold on, Rashad. Let me check you out rear. All right. Yeah. So me as a scalper, I just look for these little sections right here, the ones I'm highlighting. That's all I'm looking for right here, and then this right here also. So I don't care what Bitcoin does, how far it drops. We are definitely looking. Now, if you're going to hold for a couple days or so, yeah, you know, but yeah, I'm a scalper, so I don't care what Bitcoin does. I'm just looking for these drops. So right now, we got, you know, this thing's got higher highs, lower lows, so this thing's going to keep going down. And I use the technique I use is Bollinger Bands right here with the RSI, and then I also look for doji candles. If you guys don't know what that is, let me know in the thing. But let me show you a doji candle. Right here's a doji candle. See this right here? Oh shit. This is a doji candle. This green one, this big green one. Right there. So what I look for when I do these dojis, God damn it. When you see all the red going down, like say before you start this drop, you're going to look for a doji. So the RSI is high, but then when you see the Bollinger Bands start to squeeze together and the white one starts to curve down a little bit, and there's a doji right there. See that little doji? That shows you it's a start of a downtrend. So the more you do, and then you got another doji followed by some greens and then another downtrend. And then once you break the Bollinger Band with 3, you should have a doji here, which that's a sign of going up. And I'll teach you that kind of stuff. But as you go on, you'll see what I'm talking about. Like you can literally go back and see every time this thing pumps, or not pumps, but goes up. Let me bring this up here. What do we see? A doji. See that doji? But see, I wouldn't have taken this trade because the RSI is towards the middle. So, you know, try to find them lower. See, this one's at a low. Oh, shit, you can't see it. See how this is low? The RSI is below? Look what's right next to it. A doji. That doji there, it tells you that this thing is going to go up. So, this is what I'm looking for. This little jump from here to here, that's a scalp trading. You can get in right here. And then I can teach you later how to hold longer plays. But for us right now, we're trying to get in and get out. So right here, but I'll go over it more as we go. It's pretty easy. I don't like, you know, the charts that people have. They have 10,000 things on their screen, like all these lines and curves, and it's just too much. By the time you look at all that and stuff, you miss a play. And you always hear those guys like, oh man, I should have went in here, I should have went there. But yeah, I don't do that. Let me see. You said Pippin? Alright, let me see. Let me move this out of the way. Ooh. So, since this did a nice little run, this is going to be hard to time it. So right now, what I would do on Pippin, here's how I start my whole day off. I say I'm on a trade Pippin, right? I take this level here, the top that it tried to hit. I draw a line across, and I draw a line. Don't do it down here. Do it the first dip right here. Here to here. So if I was going to scalp trade this, I wouldn't do nothing since it's in the middle. If this thing travels down and touches this and kind of does a bounce, I will wait to see if it does another bounce. If not, if it starts to go up, I would take a trade, and then hopefully it hits this top level, and then you could take your profits. Boom, you're out. But if you don't have a lot of money, it doesn't matter. You can do a 20x, 30x on this, or not, sorry, don't do that high. If you got low money, do, you know, 20x is max, 10 and then 5. So if you put 50 bucks with 20x on there, you could probably make 10 bucks right here in this little dip, this little run right here. And then you get out. And then you wait. And if you really want to be good at it, if it doesn't break this and hangs, you could take a short down and just rinse and repeat. As long as this stays in between this, we're golden. That's what we're looking for, these sideways plays. But if these dips are a little higher and lower, you make more money. But we're not here. We're not here to, you know, go nuts on this. So we need to train our brains to get in and get out, because the longer we stay in a trade, the more you're going to get wrecked. And I've noticed that. I don't know if any of you guys have gotten in a trade and you're up some money, and next thing you know, you're down money. So, and that's how it works. So our job is to get in and get out. So for me, I would have got on in this Pippin one here, got out up here, got in here, got out here. So right there, we could have made, you know, 20, 30 bucks right there. So you wouldn't draw the lines from up here to down here, because right now it's not swinging like that. So now if it would go up that high, go down. So we're looking for that sideways action. So let me get you one that looks pretty good. Let me find a new one here. Let me go to this other. Let's go to Planko, see if what they're doing. Oh, Planko, yeah, Plank. So you want to blow it up a little bit. See, Plank's doing the same thing. So you would draw a line at this high, crossed, and the line at this bottom low. And you would trade within this box using the RSI and the Bollinger Bands. So see how these are starting to curve up? The Bollinger Bands are starting to go up like this. This should go like this and curve up. This is a good sign, but it's also a nice little fake out because the RSI is towards the middle here. Down here. So if this RSI was lower, like in this area, this would be an excellent buy-in place. You would buy in right here, sell when it hits here and breaks the RSI. That'd have been a good play right there. Quick, fast money. And I'll show you here, once I get out of Bitcoin, I'm just waiting for it to drop. And my goal is 100 bucks a day, every day, which I've almost hit it today, because I started trading during the daytime on my phone, just screwing around. But let me see if I can. Like here's some of it. Let me blow it up. As you can see, this was today. I don't know if you see 15, 88, 36. That's what I made so far. And the next one's $9. So that's what I've been doing. So hopefully I could crack 100 a day. So I started with $30 2 days ago, and now I'm up to 260 bucks. So it's not bad. Then once I get over 500 bucks, I'll start doing the, I'll start giving away some money, some trades. Like for instance, Rashad asked for Pippin. If I'd have taken this play and made some money, then he would have received some kind of, I would have paid him some money for the trade. So the whole reason I'm doing this is to teach you guys how to scalp, because I'm telling you, scalping's where it's at. Scalping is where it's at. Some of these people hold for days. You know, they'll get in today and sell by the end of the week. You don't make that much, man. But look at all these plays that they're missing from here, from here. Right, this one would have been an excellent one. See, there's 2 plays right here you could have got in. Hopefully this goes, if this could break this level, we're good for a short. Good for a good short. Yeah, I got in Bitcoin today in it this morning, so hopefully, but I have a feeling this thing's gonna go down tonight pretty good. But I'll keep looking for a trade. Maybe I'll just get out of this and then make a trade so you guys see what I'm doing. So Bitcoin's a little bit different scalping because their swings are longer and bigger and they're unpredictable. So that's why I say scalp is the shit, because you can get in and get out. For example, if you were one of those guys that swing trade and hold for a while, they would have, say, bought here and said, all right, I think it's going to go up, and they're going to be all excited. And then all of a sudden, boom, you see that? On a scalper, we know, oh, we're up profits. We know we hit the top RSI, we're gone, we're out. And then if we're really good at it, we could have taken a short because of the doji at the top here. There's 2-3 dojis. That's a strong sign of a downtrend. So look, whoop, downtrend. Look, another doji. If you see a doji after red's a green doji on a low RSI, it's more likely going to dump again, and that's what happened. But you see green here with the high doji, but the RSI is low. We're going to go on an uptrend. But that could have been a fake out. But that's what I'm saying. This could have faked you out and went back down. But it didn't because there's a lot of buying pressure. But this thing's going to go back down. So we're looking for a couple more. We see a bunch of greens and the nice doji. We're going to be headed down again. So the bigger this doji candle, these wicks on a doji, the bigger the drop. And I'm talking, you can get huge drops real fast with certain doji. And I'm telling you, that's a great way of getting in and out, is watching for those and the RSI. And then if you really want to step up your game and you get good at learning what I'm trading, for example, this one you could have got in here. Here, I'm gonna blow it up just so you guys can see. I'm gonna lower this RSI. It's getting on my nerves. All right. So for example, this right here, this would have been an awesome play tonight. All right, here, look, the RSI is low. Let me pull it up. Boop. Right here, the RSI is low, as you can see, followed by red. And what do we got? A doji. That's a good buy. Now, a lot of times you would have sold when it touched the RSI here, but you missed all this. Now, I don't sell as long as it stays above or just a little bit below like this, or above this moving average, and you will hold this position. So you hold it and hold it until it breaks the actual RSI here, and you would have taken a sell pretty much in this area right here, and then that would have been a hell of a trade from there to there. You would have made some good money, 50x, 20x. You probably could have doubled your money right there real easy. And then you could have shorted this thing, but you don't know that. But with the RSI being this high, I would have taken the short. I would have taken it on this top here. You know why I would have taken that? Because if you look, if you zoom back, that's where the other resistance part of it is. Look, it didn't break it, so I would have taken that short. I mean, it's that easy, guys. It's quick in and out. And if you see scalpers, that's what they do. But I like to teach you guys this. It's short and simple. You don't have all the flashy stuff on the screens, and you know all these fancy numbers these guys be saying. So yeah, just keep watching me, guys. I'll teach you this stuff. Rashad's learned my technique to a point. He's getting better at it. The rest of you guys can too. So. But I keep track of everybody that comes in and out of here, so when I start doing the giveaways and the, you know, scalping, because when I scalp, make profit, I'm going to give it to somebody. Every time I scalp, I'm going to give away some parts of my profits to you guys. So once I break 500, then I'll start doing that. So like, for example, there's only, what, 3 of you guys in here? You guys get, or 3 or 4 of you guys in here, and I sell this. One of you guys will get, I'll pick one of you guys, you'll get a percentage of my profits, and then I just keep doing that. Every trade I get into. So if I do 10 trades, there'll be 10 winners that night. And the more money I make, capital-wise, the more money you guys are going to get. Scalp, like when I, you know, give profits away. So And then, like I said, I'm gonna make opportunities for you guys to make more entries, kind of like, you know, if you want to add to the capital so we can trade bigger, you can do certain things in the Discord, like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. You know, you'll get more entries. So, and I have an AI program here that I can add your name in, and every time I see what you do, I will add entries. So the more entries, and then I do the random pick, you're going to have a higher chance of getting picked than everybody else that just came in. So, yep. And then I'll do, maybe once I get going, once I get over $1,000, I'll do like maybe once a week a big trade, like $500 trade right off the rip, and then I'll give somebody 50%. Yeah, I bet you are, Mikey. Hey, Mikey, how you doing on your crypto trading stuff? I'm actually going to sign up tonight and see what I can do with it. Yeah, for newcomers that want to learn how to scalp, Bitcoin's probably the easiest thing to scalp. Because you could literally take 20 bucks and scalp Bitcoin, and within the end of the week have $100-some by just coming in here watching me when I get in and get out. But you got to remember, YouTube's on a lag, so if you see me get in, I've already gotten in like a minute or two before you guys do. And it's not because we're doing it, it's just because that's how YouTube does it. So, but it's hard to tell you what I'm getting in, because even the text messages are on spot. So what I could do is type in where I'm entering, but because a minute does make a big difference in trading. So right here, you could have took a scalp trade from this position up to this position, but unfortunately I bought this morning, or this afternoon, so I'm still holding it. And I wish I'd have caught this little dump, but I bought in the middle of the dump. I should have sold down here, but I was too busy running my mouth. But I have a feeling it's going to go back down to that position. Let me look. Let me just check the 5-minute. Yeah, the Bollinger Bands are aiming down. So yeah, this is going to continue going down. So if you could, so yeah, I think we're going to go down here. So you could possibly take a short right here. JR in the house. Oh, sorry, JR. I need to turn that Steam Lab. It could be mean. Here, let me see if I can turn that off real quick. So he ain't such a naughty boy. Let me turn them down. All right, I turned it off. What's up, JR? Yeah, everybody go follow JR's. Hey, Rashad, do you have JR's link? Can you link it in here so people could check him out? JR goes before me, and then I go after him. So, and I think hey, JR, what time do you get on? Come on, Bitcoin. All right, let's check out some scalpage. Damn, plank's on fire. So, yeah, see, plank, this would here, if you have some, would I scalp this one? I sure definitely would scalp this one. I actually would go, I would go long on this one if I was to do it. I would do it now, but All my money's tied up in Bitcoin for right now. Not mine. Rashad, put JR's YouTube channel up, not mine. So this would be a good quick scalp opportunity, I think, because these are squeezing, and hopefully we get one of these, and it should, I think it might reach this level here. So quick scalp would be awesome for that. Yeah, I have a feeling this will be a pretty decent one. Yeah, it should retrace for a little bit because it's starting to pinch right here. But if you look at the, thank you. Oh, okay. 5 minutes. 5 minutes is looking good. The Bollinger Bands are still aiming up. 15 minutes is the most I go. And this is also looking good too. So let's do this. It should retest this level here. Let's see what happens. We go down to 1 minute. So yeah, I have a feeling it's gonna do in this little area right here. Yeah, it's a good little potential scalpage right there. I would have done it, but like I said, my money's tied up in Bitcoin right now. I'm trying to sell when it hits 20 bucks. I'm trying to do $20 every trade until I build my position up to 500, and then I'll start taking bigger cuts. But old Plankto is going to do good. So if any of you guys took this scalping long, let me know. I'm definitely going to take it if I had the moolah. But yeah, this is a nice little. I say this is where it's going to hit. Yeah, JR. Anytime, bro. You do it for me, I got to do it for you, man. Help each other out. That's a nice little scalpage right here. If it can ride this one line, man, we'd be good. Everything's looking good on the 5 minute too. Look at that, 5 minutes looking good. That's why I like trading at night. It's slow. You can get in and out of trades and not get stuck. And you guys got questions, let me know. I'll answer them on here the best I can. But like I said, I don't care what these things do or anything. I'm looking for these little pumps right here, like this right here. I'm looking for this. And eventually it will be looking for this. Hopefully get this here. So we're looking for this one right now. See if we can call it out to this line here. So let's see if it'll hit this line right here. Let's check it out. We'll watch it, see. So you think about it, you take small scalps and you're only making, and if you notice when you do buy into something and you're up money, and you know, I hate to say, everybody looks for that home run shot, and you're not going to get it in crypto, man. I've been doing this for a while, and everybody thinks you're going to put in, you know, 20, 30 bucks and you're going to walk away with a couple hundred, and it doesn't work that way. I meet a lot of people that think that, and you can't think that. Here's how I look at it. As soon as I buy into one and it starts to go up and I'm up, here's what it really boils down to. you got $20, you should be selling around $2 to $4 a trade off of 20 bucks, because if you hold it any longer, you're going to end up being in the negative. And if you make, let's say you do $50, then you're going to be in the $8 to $10 area. And then that's how it works. And you'll see, and then if you do that, here's for example, if you have, let's say you're starting off with 50 bucks, right? So your goal is to double that 50 bucks. So with $50, you're only going to risk half of that, 25 on this trade, say on this trade, with 5x, 10x. And then if you're up $8, $9, $10, whatever, let's say you're up 5, 6 bucks, and it still looks like it's going up your hole, but if you're not sure, get out. So now you have $55. And then you go back in with the same amount, $25, and you do the next one and the next one. And then once you hit your 50, you take the 50 you started with and you push it out of the way like you don't even have it. So the 50 you're now playing with is pure profit. You lose it, who cares? You still have your 50. So you take the 50 that you made pure profits, right? You take 25 of that and you start over. So then once that 25 again, or the 50 bucks that you have turns into 100, now guess what? You have $100 profit. So you're going to take that $100, instead of doing 25 a play, you're going to do 50. So if you're making say $8, let's say you're looking, let's make it even, like a $5 off of the 25, you're making $5 off of 25. So now you have 50. Now you know I can make $10. And guess what? You're going to be doing the same play, the same distance, as in, like, let's just say you made $5 from here to here, right? So you know, and that was using $25. Now you have 50. That's now $10. Now let's say you have 100. That's now $20. You see where I'm getting at? So instead of you waiting for these humongous plays like this just to make $5, you only have to do this now to make $5. And I'd rather do this than this, because you have a risk of getting dumped on like this. So eventually you're 100, and then you just don't want to double your 100. You want to say you're using 25, so you want to double at 25 to 50, so you'll be at 125, 150. Then once you get to 200, then instead of 50, you're going to trade. So you're doing 25 cents up on each one, so it's 75 a trade. And next thing you know it, you're doing these small ass trades and you can make $100. That's why when you see these big guys get on and they're scalping and they're like, well, I made $3 grand in less than a minute. That's why, because they put all that money in and all they need is a couple green candles and they're up a couple grand that quick. And that's our goal, to get there. Because once you guys get there, you can make one trade a day and you're done. You can go to bed, go home, or go hang out, do whatever, unless you're greedy like me, you want to make as much as you can. So you got to, man, that's another thing. You got to tell yourself, look, I can't get greedy. If you start making good money, if you're on a winning streak and then all of a sudden you start losing, you need to step away for a few hours or a day to collect yourself, because you get kind of cocky like I do. And anybody's trade that's done that will tell you that same thing. So, and that's where I'm getting at, guys. That's where I'm trying to teach you guys, to where once you get to this level, you won't need these huge plays just to make any money. All you need is this little bit right here. And you're out. You're done. Boom. You wait for the next one. Boom, boom. And the only way you're going to make stuff like that, like if you had $1,000 right now and you 10x this little pump right here, you could have made a quick $50, like quickly. And you could have been out like, see ya. You know, just like this. And that's where we're getting at. So the less money you have, the more it has to run for you to make money. So the more money you got, the less has to run. Dude, you get 100 grand, all you need is this little green candle, and you're probably done. That might make you a couple grand. So that's what you got to look out for. This drops because it's on the, anytime it gets near the top of the R site, it will drop. But once it drops near the middle, it should retest back up. Let me check the hour. I always check the 5 minutes. So you're still looking good on the 5 minutes. The 1 minute, still looking good. 15 minutes, it just shows me like the, yeah, see, it's still okay. It's just going to take some time to get up there because it's slow. But, so yeah. So whatever you're starting with, just remember, 20 bucks, you're trading with 10, and with 10 bucks, you're only gonna make maybe $1 or $2 trades. And then once you double your money, you take the 10, put it away, and you take the 10 profit, and that's what you're trading with, and you start back over. You start with, or $20, sorry, $20 trade. Now you got $20 profit. You take $10 and you trade with that. The first 20 you're not even worried about. You put it away. You don't know where it's at. And then that's how I do it. So right now I've done it. So I have 240. I have 260, but I'm down on Bitcoin. But I have $260, and I started with 50 bucks just a couple days ago, right? So technically, if you cut that in half, that's what I have put away. So what I'm playing with the 260 is all profit. So if I lose that, I don't care, because why? I've got 260 that I've already made before. And if you want to see that, if you go to my other videos, you'll see that I put it away in my video. So this is all, what I'm playing with is all profit. So once I double this 200 to 400, then I'm going to take 200 of this and put it away, and then that's how I'm going to keep doing it. Eventually this 2 become 4, 4, 6, 8, 10. Eventually I'll be trading with $1,000 bucks, and I'll have 1,000 put away. And then once I get to 1,000, I'll bring that 2,000 back in, and then take that 2,000, trade with 500, and that's when you start making some good trades. And all you need is this right here, this right here. With 500 bucks, 10x right here, boom, you're done. You'll make 100-some bucks real quick. And I'll show you once I get there. Somebody in the chat said that I couldn't take 20 bucks or 50 bucks and turn it into 1,000. And I asked how long. He said, don't matter, it's hard to do. And I'm like, so I'm going to prove it to him. So I'm already up 460 bucks. So I'm a quarter of the way there, almost halfway there. I mean, it's not hard to do, guys. As soon as you get in and you're up some money on scalping, get out. Don't try to hold it for one of these fucking home run looking things, because you're going to get wrecked. And that's where people do. They think, oh, I'm up, and it starts going up, and they get excited. Like, oh, look at all this money. And it's like, dude, take your profits. Or what you can do, I'll show you a technique that I do. I move my stop loss up. But if you guys don't have a lot of money, don't even worry about stop loss, because you're going to sit here and watch it. So as soon as you're up anything, you put 20 bucks and you're up $4. Oh yeah, make sure you check your fees too. Sometimes your fees will get you. Like this one here, my fees is $2.30, or sorry, where's my fees? It doesn't show it on this one. Yeah, $2.37. And that's the fee when I sell it. They already took $2.37 to buy it in. And when I sell, they'll take $2.37. So it was like $5 just to take this trade, which is stupid. This is not on this one, on Bitcoin, sorry. So that's where I'm getting at. So make sure you take that into account. So if you're up, but if you're only trading with 20, 30 bucks, your fees will be like 2 cents or something stupid. So you don't have to worry about it. So, so that's what you want to do. I mean, it is pretty simple. Like I said, you take 20 bucks, you're up $2, $3 to sell it. Wait for a little pullback like this. Get back in. Wait till it goes up. Make your $2, $3. Do it again. Wait for a pullback and keep doing it. And if you get a nice big pullback like this, and it's below the RSI, you would have taken a trade right there at the bottom. Because look, then you would have made all this. And you would actually sold here if you were messing with 20 bucks. You'd have been up $2, $3 right here. And then you would have got back in on the little dip like I told you. And the RSI is still low. So, and then you would get back in for the next dip. So now since the RSI is up top, we're going to wait. Oh shit. We're going to wait. Oh man, I took my little bar away, didn't I? So that's the line it was supposed to hit. So you've taken this trade when we were talking about it from right here to here. Depends on what you got it. You would have made some decent. You would have been in profit. That's all I can say. But I mean, it is that easy, guys. A lot of these. The reason why they say 99% of people fail trading is because they hold too long. They don't understand the concept of selling and buying. So this will teach you how to get in a trade and get out, get in and get out, get out. That's what you want to train your brain to get in and get out, get in and get out. So then once it matters, once it don't matter how much money you have, 500,000, 10,000, you'll be able to get in and get out, get in and get out. And then when you start getting really good at it and you come to my live scalping and I'll show you, like for example, I would have got you guys in here today. We would have held onto this and sold up here. Why? Because this white line, I made it white, is the moving average of this whole thing. So as long as it doesn't break the red Bollinger Band, we would hold this trade no matter what the RSI is doing. And hold on. So we would have made a nice killing from here to here. We would have did that tonight, guys. So hopefully when we get together and really trade, I'd have jumped in here. We all would have jumped in. And then we would have jumped here. I would have thrown in the chat entering this position. And then hopefully you guys would jump in too. And then I would have told you I'm selling at this position. And we would have been out. As long as it stayed above here. Technically, I wait till it breaks the red Bollinger Band here and got out here. But now I've been selling once it breaks the green. And see, if we had taken this trade like when we were earlier, we'd have been in the money right here. We'd have did good right here. But yeah, so I mean, you guys keep following along. You'll see. You'll start seeing my patterns, what I'm doing, and you'll be shocked, like how easy it is. Like how I do it. I do 3 steps, man. I do the RSI, Bollinger Bands, and the Doji. That's all you need. And then all those guys with the liquidation, that's for long plays. And I don't like that. I like to get in and get out before the market makers see what you're doing. But they don't care about us little peons. But those big guys get wrecked because that's who they're going after, not us. We're just tiny wiggies. Man, that just touched that. Just touched it. A little higher. But I think we'll get it. We'll get a little pull back and then back up again, hopefully. Hit that line. Oh, I see you're back, Hot Tamale. Welcome. Thanks for joining the stream, buddy. Just here trying to find some quick scalps. This is one I picked earlier. See if we win this one. It's on Plank. P-L-A-N-K. Oh, P-L-A-N-C-K. I think that's how you say it, Plank. Well, we'll call it Plank. I don't know what the hell it is. So far's looking good. Let's check out the 5 minutes. Yeah, looking good on the 5 still. Let's check out the 15. Yeah, 15's looking good. 1 minute is still looking good. Might level out and then it might do this. It might go like this and then up. That's what we're looking for. Then we'll move on to the next scalp. Dang, someone sold. Who would that be? If I had my loot here, I'd take a trade right here too. Hopefully have a retest back up. Like boom, boom. But we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. It's what we're waiting on. The way I trade is a Bollinger Band RSI Doji technique. Something I've been back testing for about 3 years. So far, the win rate on this is like out of 20 trades, about 17 wins and the rest are losses. And most of it's mistakes or I FOMO in. Here's a rule of thumb that I do. If you keep saying to yourself, if you're up, let's say you're up 10 bucks and you say, you know what, when I hit 15, I'm selling. And then you hit 15, you're like, well, let me squeeze out maybe 18. And it goes to 18, you need to sell. Because you're just gonna keep doing that every time you're up money and then you're gonna get wrecked and then you're like, I hate freaking crypto. This sucks. Like I used to be. Like I used to say all the time, because I used to do the same thing, but I've learned as soon as you're up a little bit, get out. Because this thing is unpredictable. Now, technically speaking, this would be a good trade, but that doji's a good sign of an uptrend, but the bulging bands are starting to curve, so we're hoping that these start to curve upwards. So I think we might travel down a little bit and then go back up. Like I said, it's going to be a bit before it hits this level. But anytime you see these reds break the bottom doji or bulging band and the RSI is low and followed by a red doji, it could be red or green, it don't matter. The next candle should be a green one. But the bigger this doji is, the bigger the liftoff is, the pump. As you can see this doji, big candle wicks, nice little pumps up here. We're getting red because, oh yeah, that's what I meant to say. When it's red, we might get red, not green, because the bulging bands are starting to turn. Even though that's the fake out that a lot of people fall for. This is why I love the doji. So when these are aiming down, that means we're going to be going on a downtrend. But this was a good scalp from here to here. I was just seeing if it'll hit there, but nice scalp if someone took that. It didn't touch, so like I said earlier, we would have a nice little downtrend. So we'll see what this does. This would have been a nice little scalpage. I need to sell my Bitcoin, but I ain't down enough to sell. But it keeps teasing me going up and down like that. See, that's a beautiful doji right here. But this being that big, that shows you there's a lot of buying pressure. So hopefully it closes a little smaller. Yeah, hot tamale, you just missed a good one. But there's more time, more trades. See, this is a beautiful doji. That's a huge one. So if this closes smaller, we might have a nice little uptrend like this, but nothing crazy. So we'll see what happens. That's all it is. These three little, see these bulging bands are going down. I drew it earlier, and the RSI is headed down. Everything's going down. Let's try the 5 minute. Yeah, the 5 minute squeezing. So if these squeeze together, it's either going to push it down or up, and it all depends on what candle closes. So we'll have to wait for that. Now let me tell Bitcoin's going to go down. But I have a feeling Bitcoin's going to go back down to 87, 86 area. So like I said, guys, you want to make how you're trading quick and easy. You don't need all that other stuff unless you're doing like long swing trades. If you, a scalper, some scalp traders use all that to give because they need all that to give them confirmation. This is something you get in and get out quickly. And this is what it's all about. We don't want to hold nothing very long because you're going to get wrecked, you know. For example, this right here, all right? If you got in here and you're up, if you have 20 bucks and you're up $4 or $5, get out, because this could happen to you. Now you might get lucky and hit one of these long bad boys, but if you're up and up, and as soon as you see red or anything, get out, just like this one. You would have been up and up, made a couple dollars here, get out, because look, boop, and you would have made this one. But that's the trick. This is where you need to find out how to buy in to sell, and that's what I'm here for, so I can teach you. So you would know, if I get in here, I get out. So if this tests down here, this should be about 20 some dollars right here. Yeah, close to 30 bucks for this drop right here if I can get it down to here. But if I zoom out, that would be the bottom. That's where Bitcoin would probably bounce from this area of resistance. So probably go ahead and close my trade out about that position. But it all depends on if it stays below this white line. If it stays below that white line, I'll hold for a little longer. But if it starts to break that, then I'm getting out. So for example, if you look, I have $200 on this play, and I did that by accident, by the way. So I have $200, and I'm only up $16 off this little bit right here. And I have a 50x. It's a little bit different because Bitcoin, you can go high leverage. So if I did a 200 on something else with 20x, this could have been a good 70, 80 bucks right here. But since it's Bitcoin, it's big money. A lot of, $80,000 with 200. That's only 20 bucks right here. So technically, if I wanted to, I'm up 20 bucks off of that. I can get out and then rinse and repeat, just keep doing that. But it did not break this white line. So as long as this white line could probably just continue down like this, and this thing can just keep going down like that, I'm staying in. And then I could sell in this level if I wanted to. But it all depends on the market too. It's like we don't care about news. We don't care about anything that goes on. We're looking for the price movements of this. That's what scalpers are here to do, is to nail these suckers, nail this sucker, nail this little one, nail this red one, So tomorrow I'll hold some money back for a trade, and maybe y'all can do a trade together. Make some money together. That doji right there is a high buy to go up. That doji is the buy. Green is buy, red is negative. But since these are aiming down, we might get a little bounce up like this and then head back down. But I try to keep it short and simple for you guys so you can get in and get out of these bad boys, make some money. Right now, since I was sitting with you guys, this thing's went to $20, $25 6 or 7 times, and I could have sold, bought back in up here, sold, and I could have made 20, 40, 60, 80 bucks already. And I will show you how to do that here too. Right now I'm just holding this, trying to squeeze out down here. I've been in this all day, so once I'm out, we'll start to scalp the crap out of stuff. Let's go check out our other bad boy. What was that one? Planko. Plank. See, plank is death and yeah, it's up 51%. So this one, you could probably short it for a while, because yeah, everything's looking crappy on it. It almost hit the line I put there, so it still would have been a good trade from there to there. But wish I had some money to put on that bad boy. Oh, actually I do have some. Oh, yeah, you can't trade Planky on this one. Yeah. See, I'm copy trading on mine because, yeah, it doesn't support it, so I can't really copy trade Planko. Which one, Rashad? No, this one here, Planko. Talking about this one? Short term, no, just because the bulging bands are all aiming down, as you see it. This will be my thing. And if you look at the 5 minutes, it's also aiming down. So this one, to me, I would probably short it once it does its this finishes doing it. So I would probably short it at, you know, see if it goes a little higher, and probably would short it there, because I have a feeling it's just gonna like this and then slowly go down. But this market's been wahoo. But the RSI is low, so I would wait till the RSI builds up a little more. But as a bulging bands, this thing is coming down. I just don't know how long it'll take before then, so I'm hoping we get 3 or 4 greens, and then we can go ahead and jump in and then head on down for a little bit. But if these two squeeze together, depending on what closes near the squeeze, we'll know if it's going to burst down or up. Yeah, I think this thing's going to go down. I honestly believe it's going to go up a little bit like this, and then head on down and do these. That's my guess. I mean, if I was to take the trade, that's probably what I'd do. It'll usually do a couple of these 3 or 4 greens. As long as it don't break this green, we're good. But if it just touches this or goes above it, we're fine. As long as it stays below this white moving average, we'll be golden for a short. Yeah, once it takes this retest up here, it's gonna jibby jabber right back down. I ain't scalping much tonight because I got in that Bitcoin, so I'm trying to wait till Bitcoin drops to a certain level because I have a feeling it will do that. So hopefully, I think it will do it by tonight, and then I'm gonna set myself for some bunch of scalps tomorrow that we can do together. Hopefully, make some money. It's a slow night. That's why I like trading at nights. You can get in and get out without you panicking. Remember, scalping, taking 50 to 1,000. So far, we're up to 60 for the day. So scalping some more. This one's plank. If anybody wants to know what this is, this one's a plank. I'm just gonna say plank, but it's got a C in it. But I have a feeling plank might retest the top of the RSI before heading back down. But we'll see. Once it tests the top of the RSI, that's where we look about doing a short. Make a quick buck. Make this scalping as easy as I can so you guys can make some moolah. So we can all drive Honda Civics. Yeah, Rashad, that's why I like trading it, because you have the ability to get in and get out, you know, because when the market during the daytime is so fast and you get in trades and then you end up panicking because it starts to fall and you got to hurry up and the price is moving so fast and oh, it gets crazy. So I think nighttime is the best to teach people how to scalp, like new people, because it's slow. You can take your time and talk about it instead of just throwing them into the wolves saying, yeah, this is what you do, yeah, get out here, this is what it's going to do, and then you're done. And then, like I said, 90% of people fail at trading because of that reason. Yeah, actually, I do better at nights than I do during the daytime. Because during the daytime, it moves. There's so many people manipulating. At night, it's harder to because there's not a lot of traders. So when the algorithm pushes these things up or down, you could pretty much catch it. If you can get the right movement on these things, you can make a killing if you have enough money on it. So I say you have $200 to trade with. You can easily do $20, $30 all night long, like with your eyes closed, because you'll be up 20, 30 bucks in no time if you get in the right ones. You know what I'm saying? That's why I pick the top bangers off of here, like Jelly, H, all these right here. These are the most movements price-wise, and that's the ones I get into. And then you can get, because it's moving faster than the rest, so you can be able to make some money with it. Yeah, it's fine, Rashad. I'm about to get off here soon, too. Got to go walk some dogs. Oh, missed the short on Jelly Jelly. This would have been a good one to pick. I'd have definitely shorted at this top. Here's the reason why. The R size high. Oops. The R size high, guys. Look what we got. A doji. Remember that doji I was telling you about? Anytime a doji closes, this is what you get. Boop, 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 boop. Nice little fall. All right, buddy. See ya. Have a good night, guys. I'm about to log anyway and drop a log. Oh yeah, oh man, look at that shit. Man, wish we'd have made some good moolah with this bad boy. Look like Jelly Jelly's getting sold off. See, this would have been the ultimate buy, guys. I would have taken this trade in a heartbeat. I'd have shorted this up here, but I wasn't expecting that. But I would have shorted, possibly held on just because it didn't break above my moving average and kept it, and we would have been in this position. That would have been a nice trade right here. What's up, Johnny? How you doing tonight, buddy? Took a short. Crazy money. That's what I'm talking about. See how far this thing can go down. That's one thing about the top movers, man. You can predict when it's about to dump. You almost can predict it. This would have been a hell of a trade right here. Shit must be nice, Johnny. It's like 20 degrees out here. You and your 78 degrees. What the shit? Where are you from, Johnny? That's 78 degrees there. Let me guess, Las Vegas area. Wow, must be nice. You crypto rich or something? Damn, that's cool as shit, dude. I left an island to come to America. And you're going there. Hey, I ain't hating, man. That's why I'd love to go there. Go to an area where it's hot like that near water and shit. Like, oh. Where I live, it's nothing but houses and ghetto ass shit. Man, this would have been a badass trade right here. Wonder if this jelly will take a go back up. I don't think so. I think it has more downtime. It is literally not moving. Well, that would have been a good trade if we'd have hit this, but we could have got it. Right here is where I would have entered. So we got lucky. I didn't get in there, dang it. Well, on to the next one. We can check and see if we get another dump. Damn, we missed that dump too. We were just talking about it earlier right here. Look at that. This has more downfall too. You can actually scalp this for a little bit. This will be a nice scalp down to about the 17.8 level. God, all these are dropping tonight. This one is HUSDT, the letter H. Let's check the next one here. Jelly Planking. Lab. I traded this the other night. Yeah, that one had a nice little. This one's starting to trade sideways. Alright, let's go to the next one. TST. Well, if TST can't break this 1867 area, then she's going to be heading down. There's higher highs, though. Hopefully it does one more. So, but the way the Bollinger Bands are going, look like we got more room for upness. But we will see. So hopefully you might see this. Let's do the next one. Fuss. This one did have a nice run up, but then it. See, now this one would have been a good scalper. A real good scalper. So you could have scalped from here to here, and then from the bottom, the very last bottom, kept in this range. You know, one trade, two, maybe three on the upside, and then 1, 2, 3 on the downside. So this would have been a nice little trade if you'd have caught both. If you'd have caught this top, reversed it to downtrend, and then broke here, reversed it to an uptrend. You'd have. Well, I'm about to show you how to do that. I've done it before, so I'll show you on the next one we do. Hopefully I can get in here soon. Bitcoin's wants to hang out sideways. Yeah, that'd have been an epic one right there. That was nice. Which this one is MUBAR. Damn, they got some weird ass names for these things. This is another one. I would trade in between these levels. First thing I would do is draw these. These are the areas you would trade in. And then next step you would do is your RSI. So you would have bought in around this area and sold about this area. So you would have got in here to here. So this one would have been a decent one. You would have got in from here. You would have got in from here and sold about here. So that'd been a good trade right there. So yeah, there's plenty of trades right here, bud. Now I'll tell you a little thing on these small cap coins. Anytime they cannot break the first high, like this one, and the second, when you see this right here, where it cannot break, you might as well short that sucker. If it tries once and fails, try second, or first time it goes, second time it fails, I never wait on third because it never happens. You would just short this automatically. And this is what you get. Boom, boom, every freaking time. Let me see, let me pull up another one, see if it'll show you. Let's go Plankio. Same with Plankio, right here, look. Plankio. Didn't break twice. Tried once, twice, didn't quite do it. Come down. Boom, boom, boom. And then it tried it again today. Now since it did it there, the levels are lower. So it didn't break here and here. Didn't touch it. I'd have been short in here. And look, boom. Every time. It does it every time. So once we make, so the next one you would look for is from here across. Now if this comes up but doesn't break it, you know you're going down. So you could short. So unless it just does this and goes down, but more than likely we're going to just come down like on this side. So like I said, you'll learn all this. Keep watching me. Oh shit. It gets easier. I take all the bullcrap lines and all the stupid stuff you see on the guys' maps. I mean, there's so much shit going on the screen you can't even focus what you're doing. So that's what I did. I broke it down to where all you see is this right here. You can get in and get out. Like earlier today, we made this trade here. We made this trade from here. We made a trade from here to here today. That was a trade. And we missed this. We should have got this, but we didn't. So, good trade. Now, I jumped in Bitcoin earlier today. I kind of stuck in it. But I have a feeling it will correct itself. So yeah, so see, Bitcoin would have been a nice little, if you guys are new to scalping, Bitcoin's the way to go. Because you could 50x with 100 bucks, 50 bucks. And you want to stay in, this line here. And then this bottom line, oops. This bottom line here. And then you would have taken a trade from here to here. And then here to here. There's two trades right there. So then if you want short, you would have went here to here and then here to here. So plenty of opportunities. It's just learning how to get them. So alright people, so I'm going to get off here. Going to walk some dogs. Thanks for coming to the stream. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hopefully get on tomorrow and do some live trading. Tonight was more of a watchy looksy. But I will be on tomorrow, and we could trade together if you like. So until then, guys, peace out. Have a great night. Have a great Christmas if some of you guys are not back on. So see you guys.